Why Virginia Woolf? Well, I think she really kind of reinvented the way in which you read a novel.
Nobody writes quite like Woolf. Everything you see is vivid and heightened and full of colour and full of feeling.
Language is really almost like a research tool for her to probe into what it means to be a person.
The combination of the power in her work and the fragility in her humanity really touches me.
She absolutely loved dance, she loved music, she wanted to write as if she were writing music and as if she were kind of choreographing dance. And I just thought it would be a wonderful thing to try and reinterpret those or translate those novels into something for the stage.
It's an investigation into these texts, into her biography, into her life, via the medium of these disparate art forms, music, dance, movement, video, scenography, costume lighting. It's a wonderful investigation, a wonderful kind of laboratory into that.
We hear all this stuff about Virginia Woolf as being suicidal and mentally ill and tragic and all of these things, but actually, when she was talking about writing and she was talking about her work, she knew what she was doing.
All of the dance really should happen here on these pages. It's just that actually it's how you get there.
We had to boil the three novels right down to what we felt was their essence and amplify everything that needed to be there to convey that feeling in the most direct, immediate and pure kind of way.
Mrs. Dalloway is a beautiful story about people. It's about human relationships. It's a woven, textured story which is full of imagination and pain and beauty. Orlando is this romp through 300 years of history, and as Woolf was super interested in science fiction, in astronomy and things other, it really suited my kind of like alien aesthetic. And then the third piece, The Waves, is partly her letters and biography colliding with this phenomenal story about growing older and letting go, in a way. I think we first had the idea for the Woolf project around 2012. In our case, we were into the studio in 2015.
On the very first day when we went into Wolfworks, it was more of a workshop environment, and we were just exploring movement, space, the music.
I find it freeing. I find it wonderful to have something made for you. I'm sure it's like getting something tailored specifically for you.
Wayne's language and Wayne's way of connecting movement to music, it has a unique grammar. It's very, very exciting to sort of witness how he then interprets what's going on. That's always very striking.
That would be good. And then, if you can just work out your alignments quicker so you can get through a little bit quicker, I think that would be really good, yeah.
He's extremely particular about what he wants. He likes you to explore your characters. He likes you to explore the movement to its maximum. He knows exactly in what direction everybody is going in and is a master on knowing the shapes and the patterns of what he wants on stage. He loves the fact that everybody just embraces the space.
What I love to see is offering something to an amazing dancer, them to give me something back and me to recognise that I could never have thought of that on my own. That's why the casting is really important.
He said to me, I need a soul. I need the soul of Virginia Woolf. I realized that I really could work with this man who comes from a very different environment, a different world of dance that I was used to. We could develop a connection if it approached the work with the soul in mind. Mrs. Dalloway was my age, she was a woman in her 50s, but then in her memory, she was a teenager, but so am I, and so is everyone. We all have our life inside of us.
Woolf is never just one thing, and actually if she had the possibilities that we have of staging, for example, having multiple characters on stage at the same time, being able to look into different people's psychological reality at the same time, would she be doing one story, or would she rather not be doing something that is far less story-led and much more about finding different voices and giving different experiences?
When I read Woolf, that's what I get over and over again, her absolute brilliance about being able to describe and to hold on to this really varied and multidimensional lives that we all lead.